I assume your talent for finding failure in all you do has doomed the tube dude.
Okay, Cadaverman, listen here. I sent the Captain General to acquire the Proteus Protocol. With it, we hoped to grant you new flesh.
What? Yes?
But I assume that just happened to be another part of your mess of a master plan.
Giving Father access to new organs will redeem your lack of general success, Magnus.
Stop talking down to me. I am very on edge.
I'm a meter shorter than you.
That is entirely my choice, and you know it.
Seize this badminton match of domestic abuse so Daddy can dunk on your plan. You are aware of what the Proteus Protocol does.
Yes! It transfers the engrammatic knowledge, memory, personality, and will from one physical form to another.
That it does. But do you know what it also does?
Makes you infinitely more tolerable, I hope?
It turns its users into massive weirdos.
Oh, what a change that would be!
The user's soul quite literally comes loose. Not as loose as your loyalty, but close.
We'll vomit whoop stuff on your knee blanket!
The user's soul is filled with insatiable hungers and deep, dark desires. It sends them in a downward spiral until no patalic upon reality remains.
So you become a Dark Eldar.
I am not spending the rest of eternity in the dress-up of a pink-crinkled lawnmower just to get off of this throne.
Why not? I'm half demonic, and I'm doing just fine!
No, you're not.
I'm doing just fine!
You're very on edge.
And the Fabricator General is also fine, and he's been using it for years! Illegally!
Sure, yep, whatever. But Magnus, I find it charming that you chose this as your mission to Mars. I appreciate it, but I am actually just fine. Sitting here for a while longer.
No, you are not fine. You are anathema to the concept of fine. Your mind is shattered, your memories are failing, you are utterly irrational, and your attitude is bad!
What?
Calling the kettle red, are we?
No, Father. He is speaking of your atrocious incompetence as a parent. And you are quite right, Magnus. Father's delusions are only getting worse.
See, Dawn gets
I
it!
understand why you are up, Magnus. But after leaving, you acted out your role perfectly. Thanks to you, Captain Ingot has reached his potential, and shall now complete our mission on Mars.
Can you not just tell us what your bloody plan is? You said it yourself, Father. No more smoke and mirrors. You did say that, right? Tell me!
MMM.
Tell me!
MMM.
Tell me!
MMMMMM.
Tell me, you haggard, pompous wanker!
Holy shit, okay, fine.
Really?
No.
I hate you!
Just kidding, sonny boy. You know of the being called Cypher.
Oh. No. Why don't I? Feels like I'm supposed to know. Hey, did you omit this from my mind with your ridiculous powers?
Doing that would be ridiculous.
Tell me who Cypher is, then!
May I suggest you instead read about it?
Read? There are no volumes on this Cypher in the entire palace. Believe me, I would know.
What about him? The Black Library.
The Black Library? Oh, yes! Let me just strut into the obscurest corner of the webway and break into the most heavily defended reservoir of knowledge in the galaxy. Not to gain infinite wisdom and power or anything like that, but to read about a fellow with a cryptography term for a name. Great plan, Pops! Why is everyone quiet?
I returned from hell.
Knock now, creep. You there, Clown Library Explorer number 1.
I don't like that name.
Explain to this bag of fluff how you came across the Black Library.
Sorry, what?
Must I, my master?
You must.
You must!
Okay. A time after you and Little Kitten had departed, I happened to be passing the webway connector, and being the inquisitive sort,
He slipped on his grease and fell into the webway.
It was very graceful.
I do not care for your grease. Continue on.
As I entered the webway, I was hurtled into a dark place with a massive door. I explored this darkness, then decided to slide on out and find a fellow webway explorer.
That's when Chad suddenly popped out in front of me whilst I was heading past the webway gate. He started yammering about part of the gate leading somewhere different. His glutes were set a-quaking, so I knew his word was true.
Alas, my excitement would quickly be extinguished like a roaring, erogenous flame being doused by the contents of the bluest of balls, for there was a cloud.
I have no patience for your balls. I do not believe you at all, but you shall show me this portion of the webway right now.
Oh, gladly. I'll show you there immediately.
Hold the Vox. I am not done
Oh,
yet.
you're gonna love it. Dimly lit corporeal realm, the potential for infinite knowledge. Just the two of us.
Wait, no! Brother! The clown!
We need to surgically remove whatever is causing your unbridled coulrophobia.
Father, are you sure giving Magnus access to that much knowledge is wise?
No. But it'll be better to keep him locked in there than to put him back in the null box.
Father, whenever the rest of my brothers return, we are going to have a talk about your fitness as a parent. Because I think you decided to have children about 20 millennia too early.
And you need to move the fuck out already.
Nope.
That one's new.
Can we check how Lehman and the shattered remnants of the Inquisition are doing?
Anything to stop your whining.
Bad parent.
And Projector is go.
Oh, I should get the phone!
I can't imagine they've gotten very far, what with them traversing an entire sector-sized causeway.
It does not hurt to check.
Considering it's Kamara, it actually kinda does.
Your eyes are weak. We must then swell them.
Well, it's Professor John Fletcher here today with John Fletcher's corpse bag.
My God doesn't die!
Vomit in buckets.
Oh, it's the Orc Murder Channel.
Step.
What's up, people? Your boy Cobb with the Rage here.
Oh hell to the fuck no.
We gotta prank some people.
Alright, man, listen up! Welcome to the Dawn of Fortitude.
Wait. This is the Brassy Billy channel.
Kitten? He's on Holovision?
He is not.
Then how come he's on Holovision?
We are watching him from the mind's eye of Cypher.
Oh, Cypher! That's who you mentioned before! We don't have to go read about him as well, do we?
No. Just needed a reason for Magnus to leave so we could check on Lehman without tantrums. Besides, you cannot treat, so I shall take pity on you.
Thank you, my glory's overlord.
Cypher. He is the grand enigma, the estranged brother, the marine without master. He appears as a lonely, cowled figure who darts from planet to planet, slaying all, from imperial officers to puke wizards. He eludes all who try to imprison him, leaving no trace behind. No one knows his techniques, no one knows his identity, and no one knows his plan. Is he the Imperium's greatest hope, or its greatest threat? No one can say. Except I, who could explain it, but alas, comprehending the incomprehensible is reserved for galaxy brains such as I, you are but no brains, to whom I shall explain nothing. One thing is for certain, however. He is super mysterious, and a pretty cool dude. And he has 2 guns, 1 plasma, 1 bolt gun. Brad lad.
Sounds like a tryhard.
I know not whether Cypher is green or black. It is confusing!
So this Cypher is watching Kitten right now?
Correct.
Is Kitten being stalked?
More like observed.
Those are synonyms. One of them just sounds less morbid.
Your comprehension of the subject brings me no joy, you muscular penis pump. Now shut it. Your Captain General is working.
Yeah, let's see him pump it then.
Build additional swords and vehicles. Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Cypher back at it again with another episode of Cypher Stalks People. Today we're stalking custodies.
And the next after that, the fight will never end until your enemies are crushed. Are there any questions?
Wait, can you explain the concept of requisition again?
No? We are closing in on the Fabricator General's headquarters. Excellent!
The Trapsmen had the right idea when they placed the parking spot 5 kilometers away from the Forge Temple. I love walking through deserts.
At least we're not wading through the palace's sewers, my dude.
Your whataboutism is immaculate, Log Warden, but I'm really not sure it's healthy. I'm sorry.
The Martian wind feels my skin!
That guy has no clothes.
An astute observation.
He hides nothing.
Cypher's propensity for observation are far beyond your reckoning boats come.
Truly liberating.
Oh, you mistake my comments as disparaging when they're in fact that of jubilation. This man is clearly my mood kindred.
Your phraseology is high-felt no matter the subject.
I just thought I was doing it out of spite at this point.
Please stop making your existence known. The Captain General has arrived at the temple. detected.
Here we go.
Subject identified. Branch Adeptus Custodes. Rank Captain General. Name. Screw that.
Oh, that's rude.
What is your purpose here?
We are here to meet with your Fabricator General.
Access denied.
You do realize I'm a High Lord of Terror, yes?
You do realize that access denied.
I demand a meeting with your Fabricator General.
You have no meeting scheduled. His holy mechadendriteness is currently busy providing the Martian populace with oil margaritas.
Really? My positive reinforcement actually worked?
Access denied.
Okay.
Why aren't they listening to him? He's the Captain General!
Oh.
What?
I see your double standard doubled over and died.
What the fuck?
Skitari, we are to meet with Fabricator General. Mortal hands coming between the meeting of gods shall be cut and thrown down the abyss to mule with the remains of humanity's foes. Now open this gate, or suffer the fate of all who oppose the Emperor's will.
Access denied.
But that was so fucking cool! Did they not see reason?
These are Skitari, Shield Captain. Their minds are neurosynced with their tech priest masters at all times. They are very obedient.
The grasp reason as well as you grasp social cues eggplant.
Yes, I never stand in queues. I'm a shield captain.
I do not understand how you got this job.
Okay. I thought I could get through to you myself. Turns out I'm slamming my head against a brick wall.
We are not a brick wall. We are Skitari.
This is true.
If reason cannot be applied, unreasonable means must be taken. Brothers and toadies, convince them.
It's a boy! Bionic babies.
Yes.
Would you ever reject such legendary artifice from entering your domain? Look upon my smooth Armite, my oiled joints, my well-rounded chassis, my thermic reactor pulsates with smooth, velvety beats. Skitari, I want to enter your temple.
Access granted.
Great, Santodes. Good job. That's great.
Sexy bloated container.
Brother Santodes, the mechanized body has not hampered him in the slightest. In fact, it has better served him than any one of our organic forms ever could.
Oh, I want to be like him when I get fucking murdered.
Drill into my skull and remove my cognizance, please.
The Skitari are leaking. Their components are brazenly subpar.
No, your innocence is out.
Giant machine.
Why is he so fucking big?
Why do some use excessive amounts of narcotics?
I hate that answer, it is bad.
That's the master of the Mechanicus? The one usually sitting by the High Lord's table? Was he always that big?
Yes, we were standing on one of his conduits 2 meters up in the air last we were in the High Lord's chamber.
Okay, I thought that was your dad!
Observe, for it seems we have found today's prank victim.
Greetings, Fabricator General.
Greetings, custodians. How are you this day? Have you brought me any cool ancient tech to display? No, we have not. To us, you have audacious, you have to agree. You gotta be gravity. So how is it that you can keep surviving these blasts? To all the other tech, twisted by the contrast. As the TSS seems to return from the dead. How this could be, you might well have said. You come to my planet with friction and strife. You somehow believe that I can flee the afterlife. Please do tell me, Flashling, is this some kind of goof? I don't reckon that you brought any actual proof. It's a bit of a secret, lots of sort of blow. Not for my love, I'm not being at all. I'll tell you when it's the prettiest protocol. With all information and really on down. You're right. Somebody go! Where's the phrase for a shot? There is no such technology. You must be high. It has been confirmed to be in your supply. I'm the mechanic, cause Lord, you dare treat me like this. Treat me, you can't all this. Where the protocol is, we still haven't heard. You have no proof by using it. Your claim is absurd. How dare you cast a mechanical man? He does not need proof, he's the Emperor's word. When we couldn't reject our Emperor's truths. And darling, I'm sorry, but how goes your screws? I'm the old-sized voice, and my word is as true. Oh, you really think so? Fuck you. How about we go ahead and go around? It's kind of test speech out and the fire and there's an astral plan. Why don't we make the call? We'll check in and see what he thinks of this stall. That you have the gall. I love you, couple. I hate you all. This is testing the law. Please bring us the protocol. Fine. Yes. Victory for the Captain General.
That was the finest politics I have ever seen.
I cannot tell if that was diegetic or not.
Whatever it was, it sure made me die.
This servitor will lead you to the data vault you seek, wherefrom the Proteus protocol can be extracted. Now, get out of my sight before I have this temple explode.
Finding the shortest route to the Noctis Labyrinth.
Very good. Thank you, Fabricator General.
Make a U-turn.
We'll be on our way. And do not worry. If our plans come to fruition, this all will be worth it. I promise.
Make a U-turn.
Right.
Make a U-turn. Make a U-turn.
Now we're really getting somewhere.
What meatlet cretin is gurgling in here?
Run!
Ow. This is a book. The Secrets of the Dark Angels chapter. What is with today?
Excellent work, Shield Host Proteus. Your statecraft is on point, Hammurabi.
Aw, I didn't think you'd notice.
Of course I did. And you presented a really effective ultimatum, Ulrach. And Santonis, Lockwarden, your Herculean baritones really elevated our case.
My thanks, my dude.
I am pleased to have pleased.
You all did great. But I'm admittedly regretting you had to step in for me in the first place. I'm not exactly filling out the boots left by the likes of Constantine Valdor. I really need to work on my autocratic mess.
No!
No?
Your mild disposition is your greatest attribute!
Your dedication and hard work is outright audacious.
You're like a widowed father who is just doing his best. Your ability to care is unsurpassed!
You're nice!
You're steadfast. Unlike you.
Make a U-turn.
The bold days of the 30th millennium have passed.
It is the 42nd millennium now.
An age of rampant corruption.
We do not need a War Master in this day and age.
A War Master would fail us.
We need a daddy!
As time has proven, our current parental figure is the best defense against the vileness of chaos.
This is the reason we elected you! Oh. Goodness gracious.
See? Only dads use that explanation!
Thank you. I am glad to be of service.
Force me, Daddy! Force me on the swing! Oh!
Well, we are now only halfway to reviving our Emperor. Come on, lads! Let us head for the Noctis Labyrinth. For the Emperor!
It's so fucking precious. I have yet to receive what has been promised.
My Emperor. I would like to resign from my position as caretaker! What?
Holy fucking shit, finally.
I admit how poorly I have treated our Captain General. And I recognize that he is a caretaker, through and through. He not only cares for you, but for the entirety of the Adeptus Custodes. I am but an unruly child who has rejected him, much like how your wayward sons rejected you. I am sorry.
That you came to acknowledge this entirely on your own is commendable. You are still guilty of being a toxic little sludge spawn, and you will stand trial for that the rest of your life.
Of course.
But realizing your attitude is trash is the first step on the road to improvement. And you, my child, have now taken the first step.
Thank you, my glorious overlord. Thank you.
Keep your faults in mind, but do not allow yourself to be consumed by them. That way leads but down another path to ruination.
Rich of you to say fucking wrong.
Right.
A sprightly mind is one you must seek, not one ravaged by boisterous arrogance nor guilt from past failures. Break through the layers of trash obstructing your view, and begin your journey on the road to redemption, your sight unclouded. Dr. Emperor has spoken.
Yes, I shall find balance on my narrow road to redemption from now on, and I will make you proud as a custodian loyal to my Captain General. So, yeah, I'm gonna go get that phone now. There'll be some major self-medication happening for this to go down smoothly.
Yeah, so I'm gonna leave too. See to it that he doesn't choke on something not meant to be choked on. Okay, bye!
Redemption is not a physical matter. One cannot take a road to it.
You are as slow on the uptake as the cement someone no doubt spilled in your IVF tank.
And if there were such a road, you espousing for its usage would be very hypocritical. You are lucky my neck is immensely powerful.
Does the baby need a nap?
I do not know of this baby you speak of.
The baby is you, Rogel.
No. I am too many years. I have told you this.
I am many millennia older than you. Relative to me, you are but a child.
That is not how age works.
And even so, you are acting the baby.
I will accept this nap, but only because your psychosis is ever escalating, and I have not slept in several months.
Good night, Rogel.
It is noon.
Go the fuck to sleep.
Please, read me a story.
Fine.
Yea, my favorite.
Chapter 1. The architect should be equipped with knowledge of many branches of study and varied kinds of learning, for it is by his judgment that all work be done by the other arts is put to test. This knowledge is the child of practice and theory. Practice is the continuous and regular exercise of employment, where manual work is done with any necessary material according to the design of a drawing. Theory, on the other hand, is the ability to demonstrate and explain the productions of dexterity on the principles of proportion.
Yes. Theoreticals and implementation. Two of Gilliman's favorite things.
It follows, therefore, that architects who have aimed at acquiring manual skill without scholarship have never been able to reach a position of authority to correspond to their pain.
greet your presence, Fabricator General. How may we assist you this day?
Can I get a call?
Would you like to call? Call.
Call? A call to call.
Calling. Call.
Line open.
Hello.
Belisarius calls, speaks.
What do you require?
Fucking what?
Your Fabricator General requires your services. Call.
You shall be getting your way too many mechadendrites dirty.
Fine.
Whose anatomy needs testing? Transferring the data right now. I need this host of glistening meat heaps liquidated before they reach the Noctis Labyrinth.
Any particular reason? Rationale?
None of your concern.
That's fair.
Fine, fair. But what do I get out of it, my lord? If I may ask.
Please.
You get your ridiculous Primaris Space Marine project not destroyed.
That's great. Fantastic.
And you get to keep whatever remains of your targets.
Would that be free range?
Custodes bits.
Component
for my project. All yours.
Ooh, feature creep confirmed. Their feeble locomotion will be terminated
within the hour. Contact me then.
I am very excited.
Good lad. That's all I wanted. Bye. Weirdo. Now, about this book.
Access override.
What now?
I am Azrael, Chapter Master of the very loyal Dark Angel Space Marine Chapter.
Why is all of the meat bothering me today?
We have come to interrogate you, Master of Mars. If that is your real name. Your peons have been cropping up in places where they should not be.
Why are you here? I am sick and I am tired.
And you are suspiciously large. What does that craftwork of a body hide?
Okay, that's it. I'm withdrawing all Mechanicus privileges from your chapter.
What?
Let's see how long you make it without Tech Marines you screaming defeat. Screw you.
Curses! We've been played. If we interrogate you, our standing with the Mechanicus will be lost. Finding treasures proves a lot harder without any form of technology.
That is right. You should stop being so infernally trigger-happy before you go and ruin your chapter's entire history on a whim.
You might be right. Maybe this was all a fool's errand, exacerbated by us trying to find threats where there are none. Know this. My pride as a Dark Angel, my indoctrination as an Astartes, my centuries of servitude and my own unforgivable failings all serve to make what I am about to proclaim the most discordant words to have ever passed my lips. Perhaps we should return to the rock and reflect on this all-consuming paranoia of ours. It was never a trait of our Primarch Lionel Johnson. So why should it be so prevalent in us? Why should it be the driving force of our chapter? What does this megalomania drive us to such lengths? Why are we constantly trying to prove that we're loyal when we, sons of the Lion, have remained loyal for 10 millennia? The only reason anyone has to doubt our devotion is our very obsession with trying to affirm it in the first place. We've lied, most certainly. Lied, and lied, and lied. We've insisted upon our lives for so long that it's become the only thing our chapter truly cares for. To cover up centuries of shame. Is this really worth it? I mean, here we are, laying siege to holy Mars, blasting our way into the temple of the Adeptus Mechanicus' high command, on the basis of an assumption, all to further the perseverance of a lie 10 millennia in the making. It's heretical. I am truly regretful for my actions this day, Lord Fabricator General. I never imagined talking about this would feel so liberating. I know the Imperium cares not for the truth, but only for what it wants to be true. So why should we bind ourselves down to a truth so ancient when we can carve out a new truth in a new galaxy? Yes, we deserve this. We need not feel shame. We're absolved of our crimes, for we never fell in the first place. We are unforgiven, for there is nothing to forgive. Yes, yes! Thank you for setting us back on the road to redemption, Fabricator General. The Dark Angels will never again be found wanting.
Well, that's great. I love that. Excellent character development. I'm happy to have met someone who isn't a total asshole today.
Wait! Hold on.
What now?
What is that book you have there?
I don't know. It's just the secrets of the Dark Angels chapter. Oh, that's inconvenient.
Asmodai! Our assumptions are confirmed! What? He has a suspicious brother! Is he good with the fall? Make him repent!
Hey, you! What are you doing in my cellar? I didn't even know I had a cellar! Get the fuck out of here!